Now, Xavier, 84 MNP.
We started this organization last year, and the main aim has been to improve the what you call the professional quality of employees, and also for helping students to bridge the gap between their academic knowledge and the industry requirements. So the promoters of the company are the three Ayrtons. One of them is Vasant Bennett is here. Then Sendil Kumar and myself, Xavier. The brief about the three Ayrtons. So you will see that Sendil Kumar, he is the managing director of EmergWay Academy. He's done 20 plus years in the company called Barry Miller, which is an American consulting company based in, they're headquartered in the US, and they have a delivery center in India. They specialize in engineering services and IT products. And then of course Vasant Bennett, after doing his engineering at Annamalai, moved to the US to do his MBA and started his career as an assistant professor in University of Wisconsin, and he started this IT and engineering product services company as Markup, and then moved on, and then Barry Miller acquired that company, and he headed Barry Miller International Resources in the US and in India as well. And this is my brief. I started my career as a sales engineer with Binny Limited. We're selling air compressors and steam equipments, and then moved on to I started with Binny, and that time we were competitors to LG, and then I did a stint with LG in another group company in LG Environmental Technologies, and then I made a switch to the HR services company Ideco. I was heading their manufacturing practice in India. And from there, I moved to heading the delivery center for an IT company called Raftsoft Solutions, a US company which had a delivery, offshore development and delivery center in Chennai. And from there, I joined with Vasant and Sendil last year. So the main the idea behind the whole starting this training academy was that during our careers we have been in the process of hiring GETs from various colleges, and then while onboarding them, we have always found it as a challenge, that most of the students who come either they are not aware about what is in store for them or how to go about it, and then half of them don't even know why they really applied for the job. And then of course we are also doing corporate training now. We have tied up with a few companies in the last months, and then of course we specialize in sales and marketing consulting. I'll just take you through the details in the following slides. See, our GET training program, basically what we do is we work with the tier 2 colleges, and we have an evaluation process through which we select students from the students moving from 4th to 5th semester, and we start the training program in the 5th semester. And the main the objective of this program is that we would like we attempt to reduce the training time for these GETs once they come on board companies. And we do both soft skills and domain-specific training programs. This is some of the challenges that companies face today while hiring GETs. So one is that companies are looking for readily deployable people, even in the case of GETs. So because if every day and every week is money for them. And in some cases, many companies have also dropped out of the GET hiring itself because they feel that after spending time on people and non-availability of good talent, they have started taking people with 1 to 2 years of experience. And some companies lack brand awareness among students, and so they probably are not able to attract the right students. We're trying to address these issues, and we've been successful. We have tied up with about 20 plus corporate companies in the last almost 10 months. The challenge actually is twofold. So you will see, how the system works and how EmergWay has designed the program. So we identify the students from the college. We have an evaluation test, and then we select 50 students from say from the 5th semester, and then we run them through the training program, which starts in the 5th semester and then 6th, and in the beginning of 7th semester, the program gets over and they're ready to face the campus interviews. And here, what we do is that we try to match the requirements, what the industry is looking for in the candidate. We train them and prepare them for the industry requirements. This is broadly the steps that we are following. We have an industry vertical based training, and here we focus on the IME, that is industrial manufacturing and engineering, automotive manufacturing, and engineering for process industries. We give them students the added edge rather than what they go through their books and the academic courses offer them. We give them real-time and actual industry case studies, and we help them, to grasp what are the industry expectations from them, and so that, once they move on to the jobs, they are better prepared. So we have the technical program, and then we have this program called Communicative, Cognitive, and Analytical Skills. And then, of course, the Industry Awareness and Business Skills program, which is also very important because the students get to understand what are the basic functions in an organization. And then, of course, the key here is that project-based experiential training methodology, and it's run by professionals who have vast industry experience. I will take you through the experience of the faculty members in the following slide. And this is about the corporate training that we are extending right now. So we have a design engineer refresher course for specific engineering services companies. And then, of course, we have sales process and management, marketing techniques. We have Lean Six Sigma, certified PLM and certified ERP programs. And then engineering design automation and engineering services project execution. See, I'm not running through the details of these programs because of lack of time, but then I can definitely one-to-one, if you have specific requirements, we can sit down and discuss on what are your specific requirements. See, this is about our leadership and culture development programs, and this is, we have already been started this program in a few companies, and the feedback has been very good. So, see, the culture of trust is very important in any company, and I think that's the basis from where it all starts, and the employee starts trusting in the organization, and when they see the leadership also having trust and faith in them, I think the performance gets better and better. This is about how the companies gain from aligning with or associating with us. One is on the GET front, they reduce your cost of recruitment significantly, because as I have seen in the last year or so, we've been visiting so many companies who hire GETs. They have a 2-year GET program in many companies, wherein there's a lot of effort and time put in and money also. But then if they could reduce that at least by about 50 to 60%, then they can deploy these engineers quickly, and the cost of talent is also much less than what it is today. And we are also giving them some kind of training to help them understand the environment in an industry better, and thereby also could check attrition levels in companies. So for the companies, in fact, we have been in the last few months, campus hirings have been going on, and our first batch of students have been fortunate to land jobs in very good companies like IBM and WAPCO, Wheels India, Bonfiglioli. And so I think the companies also find this very attractive, that these engineers are able to grasp what their expectations are, and they are able to access students with a better knowledge of industry, and which helps them in the long run in their productivity as well. So why, as I mentioned in the beginning, it's about the professional background of the promoters, and we have all had 30 plus years in the industry, and we've been building teams and helping people to take responsibility. So if you see, and then of course some of us also, as I will show you in the next slide, have some teaching experience as well. I mean, we've been associated in various kind of programs in imparting skills and training. So this is a brief about the faculty. As you will see, the first gentleman, Indrajit Chatterjee, he's got 40 plus years of experience. He headed Union Carbide unit in Chennai, and before that he was with Unilever. And he has designed our IME program, and he is also delivering this program in the campuses. And then of course C.V. Karunagaran, he's been with Cameron and Veolia for about 30 plus years. He's designed our process program. And Ramesh Vardhan is retired from Ashok Leyland, a senior vice president, who over his long career has been in charge of new product development and design engineering and manufacturing as well. And then of course we have Praveen Rudraya. He's an M.Tech in design with over 25 years of experience. And he worked with companies like Titan. And then of course the last engagement was with Barry Wemiller. I think he was there for about 8 years plus, I think. Yeah. He is the person behind our design engineering program, PLM, ERP, and also IME programs. Ivy John, she started a career in teaching. She was a lecturer in a college, and then moved on to the corporate world and worked in companies like Cadence and HCL. And then her last engagement was Barry Wemiller as the vice president, I think. Yes. And then she joined us last year. And then of course Dr. Prasad is a PhD with the Master Black Belt. He's worked with Voltas and iGate, and currently with Pavan Engineers. And then he delivers our HVAC programs and Six Sigma programs. And, we have Murugan. Murugan is again a Master Black Belt with over 25 years of experience. And he's also worked with companies like HCL and of course L&T Engineering Services. Then Seshadri Harihara, who also has 25 plus years and worked with companies like Vestas and Infor, and then Barry Wemiller. He will be driving our enterprise solutions program as well. And then we also have a program for IT security services. And then Raghuram Ramurthy is again from Satyam and Barry Wemiller. He's an expert in systems and processes. He also takes our lean programs. And then Roy Xavier, that's me, the sales career of 30 plus years with sales and then operations. and Vasant Bennett, who is here, who headed Barry Wemiller in India. And Sendil Kumar was heading the engineering services business of Barry Wemiller. And now I would like to speak to you about Emergent Gateway Consulting, which again is a group company of EmergWay. And what we do is that we are connecting companies in the developing world to companies in the developed markets. So precisely speaking, we have over the period of years, Vasant and Sendil have a lot of contacts in the European and the American market. So what we are trying to do is, market-specific strategies. What we do is that these companies who look to tie up with companies in India, maybe for engineering services or looking for some acquisition, we help them spot the right company based on their requirements. So we do that for companies abroad who are looking to come into India, as well as for companies in India who are trying to find a suitable match in, say, in the foreign markets. Vasant, you would like to elaborate on it? So basically, US and the EU markets, where Vasant and Sendil have considerable contact developed over the last so many years. So this is what we are trying to do, and we have already tied up with a few companies, and we are working on their requirements, both from the US to India and from India to US. For acquisitions, companies have, in the US there are companies who are looking for acquiring companies in the related field, and we are trying to help them identify those companies. And likewise, from India, there are a few companies in Chennai who have mandated us, for suitable acquisitions in the US as well. So we can identify the right outsourcing partner based on our experience with developing vendors. We are able to, identify the right kind of source and help with, the negotiations. Of course, any big project like acquisition is going to be time bound, so we can take them through the steps. This again, we are talking about the market-specific strategies, and our goal, as we spoke, is to put collective expertise together and build a future in newer markets. This is how we are helping the companies globally who have built big business and then looking at the emerging countries for further growth. This is for the inbound marketing plan that we have. Basically the buyer persona development, buyer and sales process mapping, segmentation, targeting, positioning, and messaging. So these are some of our the critical areas where what we cover, in the sales and marketing consulting. And that's the last slide. And then, of course, I have some slides on the details on design engineering and our other programs, which I can share with you one-to-one offline. I can probably take questions after Kanan's presentation.
You were saying about this training program.
Yes.
Do you have tie-up with industries?
Yes.
Means not placement. I'm talking for during the training period, where they can also pay.
Yes, see, basically, yeah.
You're taking people from tier 2 colleges and then training, and that's what I would thought of putting them in tier 2 industry so that they become somewhat familiar.
Yeah, actually, yeah, correct. It's a good question. See, we have started now from this batch. We are trying to fix internships for these students as well in the companies where we are tying up. We have already about 20-odd companies who have signed up MOUs with us. So from this year, starting this year, we will be able to provide internship for these guys during their vacation time. We are looking at about minimum 1 month. Because now normally what they do is they just go for a week or something and they are back. We are looking at least a minimum 1 month internship in the companies.
Because my thought process,
Yeah, no, it's good.
if you send these people to tier 2 companies,
Yes.
and then they undergo training, you start moving in tier 2 companies for whom you can offer this other service.
Yes, exactly.
You get, because you will be constantly interacting with them, and that will help you to, they may look for overseas market,
Yeah, exactly.
they may look for other services.
Yeah, you're very right. Yeah, in fact, that is the.
Kind of dovetails.
Yeah, correct. Exactly. In fact, that is what now we are trying to make an entry in the corporate, and once we are connecting with the corporates, we are trying to, extend the other services as well. It will, yeah, exactly. Yeah. The mid-sized companies, yes, the mid-sized companies. Yeah.
And you can go along with the tier 2.
Yes, exactly. Good. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah? Oh, yeah. Oh, his property, I think, is leased out. Yes. Good.